So the NBA recently just dropped their list for rookie of the year leaders, and surprisingly, Alex Sarr was number one. And on social media, I've seen like mixed reviews. Like some people, they're all right with it, and then others are like, "Why is he on there?" And obviously, he's on there because, let's be real. Jarrett McCain probably would have won Rookie of the Year if he didn't go down with injury. So yeah, but overall, Alex Sarr is not really having that bad of a rookie year. I think he's probably one of, if not the most underrated player in his draft class, even though despite being picked in the lottery. But, let's go over his stats. So, on the year, he's averaging 12, 7, 2, and 2 on 41, 31 splits from 3. And, he's solid. One thing I'll say, I'm very high on Alex Sarr. And one of the main things I realized when he was getting drafted, the reason he didn't want to go to Atlanta is because they would have made him fall into a role. One thing I respect about him is that he wants to develop his game by being like this very versatile stretch big. Because he's even though the threes aren't really falling at the clip that you want them to fall at, he's very confident to just pop outside for a three-pointer. That's one thing I notice about him. He wants to develop his game to where he can be a reliable go-to scorer from the outside. And he wasn't going to get that opportunity in Atlanta because Trae Young would have wanted him to basically be like Clint Capella, just roll, catch a lob, and I guess if you can shoot, just occasionally pop out through a three-pointer here and there. So, and I think that method of Alex Sarr saying like, hey, I'm not trying to go to Atlanta. I want to go to DC where I'll be able to get the shot attempts and the opportunity that I want. I think that'll pay off very heavily because, the shooting splits aren't there, clearly. You would want him to be more efficient. But in the coming years, if he develops the way I think he's going to develop, the scoring's going to go up and the efficiency is going to be like great, especially from three, because I think he can become a really elite three-point shooter for a stretch big. And another thing, a similar player, and this is kind of the player I see him becoming, Kristaps Porzingis. Now, as a rookie, they kind of put up the same shooting splits, not necessarily the scoring, because Kristaps averaged around 14, I think. But in his rookie year on the Knicks, he shot about 42% from the field and 33% from three. And I remember the Knicks, when they drafted Kristaps, they were kind of like mad about the pick or whatever, but once you see him on the court, you're like, oh, damn, okay. So now we have a 7'3" catch and shoot big that can take it off the dribble every once in a while. And from what I've seen this year with Alex Sarr, that's kind of the player I see him being at his full potential. Because I think he's one of the best, if not the best, player in his draft class. I'm pretty high on Alex Sarr. I kind of always been. Because before the draft, people, they seen, oh, there's another 7'2" big coming out of France. Next Wemby. And then I guess once people start watching the film and seeing and looking at the box score stats, they're like, oh, okay, well, he's clearly not going to be generational like Wemby. He'll be decent, I hope. Like, he's very raw. And he is very raw, but I think time comes, he's going to put all the skill together and just become this, 7'2" stretch big that's confident off the dribble and can shoot great from three. So yeah, Alex Sarr, that's my take on Alex Sarr. I think he's going to be a really good player.